Gilbert and I did a quick survey of the crowd, and we estimate we have 3,000 over. Previously reported that we are the largest protest crowd since post-independence. So let me stress again, this is not political. If what we discuss today touches on politics, so be it, but this is not political. If what we discuss today touches on social issues, so be it. Alright? If what we talk about today touches on demography, so be it. But this is not a political issue. We are not here to gain political power. We want to raise the issues on this white paper which we feel have not been adequately raised in Parliament. Our next speaker is Mr. Kumaran.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, there's something happening in our midst today. And it was made possible because of Gilbert Goh. I have been with him with the transitioning movement and all the protests all along, and this is the biggest yet. I'd like to start the speech with what the minister said about the economy, that if we don't adopt a larger population, the economy will go on a tailspin.
Bullshit! Bullshit!
From what I see today, PAP is going on a tailspin. Like my friend Ravi Filaman, I was born in Singapore. My grandmother was 6th generation in Malaya, so I'm a native of this land actually. But from time to time, people ask me when I arrived here, and I always tell them my age because that was the day I was born. Likewise, there is something that is happening, but it is cheap to say that it is xenophobic. Let me address a few concerns actually. What the government is saying is the economy will break if things are not implemented their way. It is not the dream of the people, it is the dream of one man, Lee Hsien Loong. That's a whole saying, if it ain't broke, don't break it.
Yes!
And that's what we tell them. And the journalist asked earlier, what is the message we are going to send them? PAP, you don't have a blank check. We did not give you a blank check. We want a referendum. Let me also explore the fallacies behind the old school PAP economics. Their only strategy is to bring in more people to pump up the numbers. But you know, there's one thing that's lacking, very low domestic spending. We're not spending enough because of high savings rate, high CPF contributions, high property prices, and high COE prices. So where's the money going to? There was a 5 billion surplus last year. Who makes money in Singapore? What we want is more distribution to the people, for the people. Reduce the CPF rate, increase domestic spending. Our economy will go up. It is suboptimal. What does it mean to bring in additional 1.6 million people? The government is telling us a fairy tale that we will be better off. Don't be fooled. What they are saying is our economic pie, when divided by 5, is still bigger than when divided by 6. How is that even possible? That means each of us are going to be better off with more people. We have 1 trillion reserves or thereabouts. divided by 5 million and divided by 7 million. What is the answer? Have they forgotten basic mathematics? Bringing in more people will not fix any economic problem. It will only exacerbate the problem. Property prices will go up. Do you want more expensive properties? No! The houses that you live in are going to be shoebox units. Make no mistake, that is where they're going to put us in. We are also going to face increased inflation, increased prices, and increase in COE prices. It doesn't make sense when you really look and break down the COE. What does it mean? People take a loan for $100,000 and then they pay off the loan over 10 years. And where does the money go to? It goes to the government. Who is better off? The government. We are taking, it's a delayed taxation program, and yet they boast that we have the lowest taxes in the world. What we have is a rent-seeking economy. That means the government extracts from us. We have low productivity rates, low rates of innovation. Why is that so? Let me quote Alan Greenspan. He has said, chronic surpluses is a bane to the economy. And that's the reason why we have low innovation and low productivity rates. So what the government needs to do is to redistribute the wealth. Let me say one or two things about trickle-down effect. The government says with extreme capitalism, because in Singapore we don't really practice capitalism, as what Kwan said earlier, we have feudalism. And the government is acting like a landlord. They are the biggest landlord, and they want to reclaim the seas so that they can bring in more people. So what do you do when you run out of land and seas around us? Are you going to invade Johor? With 5% of our GDP, our budget allocation, that's what they plan to do actually, if you think about it. But is that the way forward? Ladies and gentlemen, this government is not giving the right solutions. How do we grow the economy? Some people come out and they have this notion that we can cut back the GDP. My reasoning is that we don't have to cut down GDP. We don't need to compromise growth, because now the money is going to the taxes. Reduce rent-seeking practices, meaning reduce the savings rate, our GDP growth can be achieved. The second strategy is to grow our gross national product, meaning we can send our companies abroad. We can develop local and regional capabilities. We want a man with a vision to lead our country. We don't want number Nazis to dictate our lives. We need hope. If there is any message that we send out to the people out here, it's about hope. We want change. Hope that our lives will be better, that my children in Singapore who are stakeholders can dream of a better place. I don't want to tell my kids that they are going to live in shoebox apartment. My 10-year-old is struggling because she has got so many things to take care of. She has to pass the exams, and she studies almost all the waking hours. And what does more people bringing to Singapore would mean? Would mean increased competition. Our kids are going to have a lousy life. When I was young, I used to cycle in my spare time. I used to climb trees. But now the kids don't get to do that anymore. They're only stuck with studies. And parents send the kids for tuition. This is not life, my friend. This is the life of a slave. Yes! The last and final message that I want to deliver today is, do not be afraid to stand up. Yes! Stand up for your rights. Stand up for what you believe in. I may not have answers to all the solutions and all the problems, but together as one group of people, we stand and we will overcome the adversities. When Singapore was founded, it was founded on the bedrock of adversity. If we have a population problem, if we have a problem with our fertility rate, we will fix it. It is not for the government to tell us what to do. What you and your wife or you and your husband do in the realm of your bedroom is your prerogative. Nobody needs to give you money to do what you need to do. With that note, I thank you.
Thank you, my friend Roy.